Update: my girlfriend, 23 female, reveals she is not sexually attracted to me, 24 male, like she usually is with her situationships. Original post: my girlfriend and I have been together for 8 months. During the whole relationship, the intimacy has been less than stellar. Lately we barely do it, and the quality is not the best. She says she doesn't feel the urge to do it with me, and the connection is just not there. To be honest, I never had this issue before. But we love each other, and we believe that we can improve. All my past relationships, the intimacy was always good. But with her, we just lack that connection and the act feels robotic. Today we were talking about it and trying to find ways to get better. I remembered that in the beginning of the relationship, she had told me that her 2 past serious relationships, the relationship was essentially sexless. She didn't do it for a year with one of them. So I asked her today if she thinks there is a pattern to it. Since doing it with me is also not the best, I asked her what she thinks happens in her relationships to make them like that. She said that she never has good actions with the guys she tends to settle with. The guys she doesn't want to settle with, her situationships as she calls them, doing it with them was always good. That took me by surprise, and made me feel that she is telling me that she is not particularly attracted to me sexually. She just sees me as the nice educated guy, with a nice job she wants to marry, but not the bad boy she craves physically. Does that mean she is settling for bad bedroom life because I am a nice guy? Who knows what it means really? It could mean that she finds the act shameful and can only be uninhibited with people she doesn't care about because she doesn't care what they think of her. Maybe you're right, and she finds stable guys boring. It could also be that the situationships are only about the physical act and are so brief that there's no time for them to get stale. Or maybe they're drunken uninhibited hookups, and that's it. You do know that at only the 8-month mark, your intimate life is unsatisfying. The act is bad and infrequent. You also know that she was content to be in not 1, but 2 sexless relationships. And you know that she went an entire year without having it at the end of one relationship. The common denominator in all of these sexless stories? Your girlfriend. Sit with that for a minute. It really sounds like the act isn't important to her at all. If having a robust intimate life matters to you, she's probably not the girl for you. You can stay with her of course, but this probably isn't something that's going to change. You have to decide how important it is to you, and there's not a wrong answer. This comment is it, especially women with a somewhat flawed self-worth that reflects in relationships. If she's been with multiple men who didn't care how her morning was, just wanted to have hot fun with 0 strings, then it's become sort of like a kink. It's that negative self-sabotage habit where if she's in something loving and positive, her psyche tries to find flaws. And the low self-worth aspect creeps in the back of her mind, stopping her from being vulnerable with someone who loves her and cares about her morning. Opening your legs to someone who knows your emotional side and then proceeding to get hurt hurts a lot more, versus with somebody who you already know will leave. It's in a way self-preservation from past traumas that had her feeling worthless. Hope that made sense. She said doing it with you is, oh, lasagna for dinner again. You are the safe bet. Either stay the safe bet or find someone who wants to spend their life with their partner and not settle down with their partner. She will have many on the side if you stay with her because she needs the good fun occasionally. You're just gonna be her sugar daddy, but she'll let you sleep with her every once in a while. The act is way more mental than people realize. There could be many complicated factors behind her sexual inhibitors and ideas on it. There are many women that can only do dirty deed with someone they don't have an emotional connection with, like flings or bad boys. They don't know how to associate the act with feelings and romance within a healthy loving connection. Porn and mainstream media hasn't helped people in this situation, as there's not many good representations. I think her history shows that this issue will repeat if not addressed with a professional. A therapist can work with you to understand the underlying causes so she can relearn, or learn really, how to be intimate with emotions and enjoy it. There are plenty of men like this too, believe it or not. Intimacy Anorexia, a book to check out. I don't agree with everything in the book necessarily, but it gave me a whole new understanding to somebody else with this issue. Now for the update. So, after she had told me that she usually doesn't feel attraction towards people she is in a relationship with, I decided to talk to her about it and tell her how I feel. I told her I think we should end it, since this is not the relationship I want to have. She started crying and left. I didn't mention this before, but we live together. I literally moved in with her about a month ago. She took a bottle of wine we had in the fridge and left, and didn't come back until 1 a.m. When I asked where she was, she said she was at her friend's house. I told her that I passed by her friend's house and didn't see her car. She then said that they didn't stay there, they went to another completely different friend to hang out. I asked her to be honest with me and tell me the truth, and she swears that's where she actually was. Later, I was having another discussion with her and I asked her if she has been talking to someone lately. She said no, but she said that she has been thinking a lot about one of her past situationships and she has been dreaming about him. I was even more surprised about this. For the whole relationship, I asked her if she had any baggage from past relationships that she needed to take care of before getting into a relationship, and she said she didn't have any, so I believed her. I feel even more hurt now. But again, she started crying and asked me not to break up, that she loves me and just wants us to have better chemistry. I feel lost and I don't know what to do. I feel betrayed yet unable to escape. Please help. What can I do to remedy the situation? She literally told you that she has been thinking about her past guys, and this was before you broke up with her. It literally cements what she has been saying all along, which is that she isn't attracted to you at all, but your nice job and you being educated. At least she has been honest about her attraction, but it definitely risks your relationship if you go with her, because there will be one day she will step out on you. And are you definitely sure that she didn't step out when she was with her friend? Remember, there's trust and there's faith. I hope you know the difference. And she may have gone and acted on it. Looks like it is over. She seems to be emotionally and mentally in love with him, but physically loves her ex. Just say that isn't a healthy relationship, and if she truly did care for you, then she wouldn't have gotten that way. She's not in love with the OP at all. She may care about him, but that's not the same thing, and not enough for a relationship. You break up. You know damn well she went to that guy's place and banged him hard. He is who she really wants, but he'll only have her as a side piece. Once she got sent packing after he had his fun with her, she wants better chemistry with you. Have some self-respect and break it off cold with her. You could be married to her for 10 years with 2 kids, and she'll still be cheating with him. Maybe one or both kids won't be yours. She dreams about him, not you, and he wants her as a glorified F-buddy. You're her boyfriend and she ain't dreaming about you. Run, fast and far. Exactly, OP. And to be blunt, this is the guy she wants to be with. That's why when she's with you, it feels robotic. That guy, for whatever reason, is the guy who dominates her mind. You're the guy who will give her certainty and a future. He's the guy who she loves screwing and secretly wants as a partner. She is using you. That's why intimacy with you is robotic. And probably with that guy she's wild. Run, Forrest, run. If you stay with this girl, she will ruin you and whatever self-respect you have. She just admitted that she has wet dreams about this guy. This is a train wreck. Get out now while you still have your dignity. She's only crying because the gravy train is ending. You were probably the guy who gave her the stability, support, and love she craves from that other guy. She sees you as Mr. Backup Plan, the safety net extraordinaire. As painful as this may be to hear, you need to have resolve. Don't date someone who through their actions shows you that they are not fully invested in you. You can do better than this. You need to look for new accommodations, even staying with a friend possibly. Her actions have shown you that she doesn't value you as a partner. You need to lay down the law and be firm. You will find someone who will value you, it's just not her. Stay strong, OP, and get this girl out of your life. She definitely slept with that other guy, and I would honestly not be surprised if OP finds out she's done it before during their relationship. If she's dissatisfied with OP, still obsessed with this guy, and was so eager to jump in bed with him as soon as OP said they were breaking up, there is a very high chance that she slept with him during their relationship at least once. She'll come running back to OP when this guy tells her he just wants to have fun and doesn't give a damn about her. Update: my 22 male girlfriend, 22 female, got blackout drunk on our anniversary and kept calling me a loser. Original post: my girlfriend and I were supposed to celebrate our 3-year anniversary today. She started the day with telling me about how not that big of a deal the anniversary was. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hurt. I specifically tried hard to make sure I got the day off from work, even after some scheduling conflicts with my boss almost made it impossible. I even surprised her this morning with wine and chocolate and her favorite sodas. We went to a couple of different places, including the mall and Target, and some errands that she needed done. I tried my absolute best to make sure my attention was on her all day long, which is difficult sometimes because I have ADD and tend to get distracted when I'm just relaxing. She did get me a few things throughout the day, but overall, She mostly ignored me, not wanting to stand with me, or just getting mad at little things. I tried to end our day off at the bar near our place, which I thought would be a romantic way to end things. She had already had 2 glasses of wine at our house and went for a few more drinks at the bar. When I was ready to leave, she insisted we go to another bar down the street. And maybe I should have said something, but I also thought it wasn't my place to boss her around, and there was an arcade in the bar, so I was willing to go to try and get her to play some arcade games with me. She instead tried to leave me and join a table of random people at the bar, which is where I finally intervened and told her it's our anniversary and I wanted to be with her. She finished her drink, but we didn't play any games and began to walk home. Halfway home, I realized she was blackout drunk and couldn't stand straight, could barely walk, and wasn't speaking right. She insisted that I leave her on the street to go get her the car and drive her home, which I refused because I had a couple drinks and I didn't want to risk it. This is where she began to get really mad at me. At one point, she wanted to use the bathroom right on the bridge we were on, and when I told her she can't because that's illegal, she got more upset. Fast forward to us being home now, and she went to use the bathroom. She could barely stand up, but demanded I make her food, and then she just kept calling me a loser over and over again. She finished her food and went to bed saying I was useless. Now I've always been emotional, but I just want to cry now. I don't want to be with someone who thinks I'm a loser. I'd do anything for her. Did I do something wrong? What should I do? I am disturbed that after being treated this poorly, your response is to ask if you did something wrong. This is how abuse victims think. You need to reevaluate whether you want to be in this relationship. 1,000,000,000% this. You are not the problem, friend. I've been where you are. Distance and time will give you a better pair of glasses to see the messed up situation that you're in. Word of caution, maybe get counseling before your next relationship. I was in a toxic situation for 8 years. When I got in a healthy relationship, I was suspicious of what turned out to be a perfectly normal, healthy behavior from my girlfriend. It almost sank us. It's pronounced as ex-girlfriend. You'll find it rolls off the tongue much easier the more often you say it. Yep. The only thing you did wrong was spend 3 years with someone who clearly does not appreciate you. Leave. Pack your stuff while she's asleep, and leave. Block her on everything. This right here, OP. I also seen similar behavior to a friend of mine. His girlfriend would get blacked out drunk, falling on the floor in the club and calling him a loser. The worst part is that she did that in front of us, his friends. I told him I would have broken up with her on the spot, but he didn't, and now 5 years later they are still together and with similar problems. My man is too afraid of being alone and talking to other girls. Too bad for him since he is quite an okay guy, apart from his choice in women. Now for the update. We finally broke up. If I'm being completely honest, I wanted out of that relationship a long time ago. I think the only reasons I really stuck around is because I didn't have a lot of people in my life who made me feel loved. And I think even a glimpse of that on the days where she was sweet to me would fool me into thinking that things were gonna get better. I'm signed up to start talking with a therapist now, so I'm hoping to kind of get to the root of why, as many of you put it, I am such a doormat sometimes. I don't like that about me, but I want to try and get better. As to why this took so long to get to, I was unfortunately on a lease with her until June and I couldn't afford to break lease early. I knew that if I had tried to break up with her before the lease ended, things might have gotten nasty, and I just wanted to be able to sleep at night. I do want to say thank you to all the kind words that people gave me. It definitely helped me start seeing that I did have value, and I deserved to be loved the way I wanted. I'm still struggling with my depression, but I think this is the right way to go. Thank you all so much. If there's anything I left out that you're curious about, just ask and I'll try to answer best I can. Congratulations, OP. Must be a weight off your shoulders. Thank you. I don't really know what to feel yet, but I'm hoping for the best. I can understand that your feelings are probably pretty complicated, but as someone who took the alternate path, who stuck it out and didn't figure out what you figured out much later, what you're going through now is really more of a setback versus the full-blown, I've wasted my life and destroyed my kid's life tragedy that awaited down the road. It's going to take time to learn to value yourself, but at least you aren't learning that with more significant barriers to extracting yourself than a lease. What was her reaction? I'm assuming she didn't take it well? Either way, I'm glad you're out of that situation. I think she kind of saw it coming, to be completely honest, and I think she wanted to start a fight, but I just didn't respond to any of her messages. I think it's telling that you were the one who broke it off in this case, OP. Don't let her insults get you down. In the end, her actions say that she was completely happy with your relationship. And your actions show that you deserve better. Wishing you all the best. That's it? Well, what the heck happened when you told her? Have you moved out already? Or did she move voluntarily when the lease ended? So originally, the way things worked out is she presented the idea before the lease ended to leave and go live with some family. But she meant for it to only be temporary. So I used the opportunity to move out myself and just kinda start cutting her off more and more until it was finally over.